bit. Only 2 y'all here. Let's see if we get any likes yet, man. Littars must be here first. Oh, we got. Let's get this rocket and rolling here. Hold on. Let's get the Cash App link so you guys can start donating some money, man. You guys really want me to go to Chicago to do a live interview? You better start donating, or we're not going. Come on. Oh. Littars, nobody's talking. No one is talking. What is going on here? Right now we're gonna drive for a little bit, and then we gotta go play the movie. We got stuff to, not movies, videos. Really not a movie, videos. Oh, you son of a gun, come on. I hate to have to. I'm supposed to do something. Same thing. We got 1 like. Well, that's good. 1 like, but we still got a lot more to go. Come on. Come on, Patriots and Littars. Hit the like button. Like, share, and subscribe. All of those things are free. Free. That'll cost $1. Look, we have 2 so far. We got 10 y'all here. Come on. We'll hopefully get more to jump on. We just got to get to the location. I was really busy today, helping somebody out, did some stuff with their organization, doing that. So I am running late, but it's okay. You know, God is good. You know, we should go down to the. Let's go over here. Hey, come on. I was gonna get over, but they're not gonna let me to, looks like. Nope, not going to. He's gonna make sure I don't. That's okay. If I really wanted to, I could pass him out there. But I don't want to be. Like he's gonna take the line. Yeah, it's alright. Come on. Man, 4 y'all here, 2. He had 10 here before. We lost a couple of y'all. Oh, trust me, I will get over it for sure. Let's go with the light. There we go. Take a little. Guitars, are you still there? Don't get dizzy. Lifters, come on, everybody wake up! Come on, let's go. Man, you guys are very quiet tonight. What's going on there? No one's here talking? Nothing? Should we try to get a whole little bitch boy and see if we let you guys talk or what? Because there's 7 y'all here and only 2 likes. That means somebody's not hitting the like button, sure. Well, all these liftards, man, they don't want to hit the like button. Oh boy. We're here with one location. Let's see if we got this thing working yet. Should be working. Yep, should be. Hopefully. Gotta wait for the phone to load too. Yeah. So what's going on, everybody? Let's talk. There's 6 of y'all here. There was 10. You guys can't talk. You guys can't do nothing. You guys can't hit the like button. You can't hit share. Can't do nothing. That's pretty sad. That you guys are really controlled so badly there these days, man. That you guys have so much control with the little bitch boy. So, I don't know. But let's get to the video. My video about the thing you're watching. Watch this stuff. But we do need to raise the money for us to go to Chicago. I know that there's... You don't want to see me in Chicago? You get so scared. Alright, come on. Wait, this one here. Here it comes. Get ready. Alright, getting ready to watch it. Play the... They're all getting mad because they're not getting to see the video. Let's think here it comes.
In Illinois when you were young. A global settlement may be coming in 2025.
Yeah. Well, we don't need to...
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is part of the United States before Explain America.
Why are they doing that, YouTube?
Sean Hannity has shocked his audience. He shocked a lot of people with this. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. You guys may remember about a year ago, Sean Hannity made this announcement, and yesterday it came full circle because he had former New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio on, and he was talking about the possibility of this communist, Mandami. I'm sorry, he says he's not a communist, but I think I know better. Anyway, Mandami possibly becoming the next mayor of New York. Now, honestly, I don't care. I care for my people, my friends that live in New York, the people I love that live in New York City. It's right next to me. I'm 10 minutes away from New York City. And so I worry about them. But the other part of this is, hey, look, this is a great experiment for the whole country to see about how communism fails, how socialism fails. And it will fail. And it will be miserable. And to me, if the people in New York voted for this, well then, hey, you kind of brought it on yourself, didn't you? So, again, Sean Hannity about a year ago said, I'm done, I'm finished, I'm out of here. Left New York and went to Florida. Yesterday, he has Bill de Blasio on, and he brings it up again, why he left New York. And de Blasio, of course, is trying to defend New York City, but Hannity hit him with facts that he really couldn't dispute. I want you guys to watch this and let me know what you think in the comments.
The breaking news is not that breaking. If anybody's listened to this program for any length of time, been threatening now to do this for quite a while, but we are now beginning our first broadcast from my new home, and that is in the free state of Florida. I am out. I am done. I'm finished. New York, goodbye. Florida, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. But it's great to be here, and I will tell you, Ethan, I was telling Ethan before, Linda's not feeling good today, by the way. And I'm because she entertains everybody. I bet she was entertaining every day, working or not working. I know she worked a number of days, but and she's such a good entertainer.
A lot more practical than I think you realize he is.
You say that, but then you got a guy that now says no prosecution for crimes like third-degree assault.
Oh, you said that's the DSA platform. Sean, hold on. Let's be factual. You didn't say him. You said
group says that
the DSA platform. And I don't look. I think they go too far. Of it. I think they go too far, Sean.
Here's my question. Because, look, I'm perfectly fine with Mamdani winning. You want to know why? Because it's not going to impact my life. I left New York. You know why I left New York? High taxes, quality of life, crime. I had a hard time going to a restaurant in New York City because people would stare at me and hated me, and they had daggers in their eyes. You know what? I'm loved down here in Florida. Now, I don't know why New Yorkers are so intolerant, but that was my life in New York, so I left. And
wait a minute, Sean,
one of the best decisions I made.
I thought you left because of Brian Cashman and the Yankees not being able to get together.
No, I like Brian Cashman, actually. I think he's a pretty good guy. Look, if you're going to support a Marxist, and this is where the party's headed, defund, dismantle, no bail laws, reimagine the police, because that's where Mondani is in his own words.
No.
If you're going to, oh yes, it is. He wants to end cash bail and defund the police. It's not where the
party's headed. Wait a minute, you just said it's where the party's headed. Look,
no, I said that's Mondani, Party. Your friend.
Hey, where's everybody at today? Did you scare him away? Where's all the Patriots at?
The world's first titanium nonstick pan. It's gonna blow your hair back. I'm Mike Pagale, 3 Michelin chef, and I've been cooking for 25 years.
Trump goes after George Soros. The bad guys are on the run. The good guys are winning. However, the battle is deep. Liberalism is so entrenched in every level of our government, down to the receptionist. There's so much to clean up. The swamp is deeper and bigger than even I imagined. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the happy patriots are. Part of why we're happy, at least today, is we're thankful that there's light on the horizon. Again, if you're not thankful after Trump winning Kamala Harris, and you can't make a comparison of what the world would be like under Kamala Harris, and you're not just a little bit thankful with a little bit of a smile on your face, well, you need to check your oil. Shout out to the Patriots. Shout out to the Quad Club. Shout out to my family people.
Oh, son of a gun. I forgot about that. Hold on. Does that at the wall.
Firing the warning shot. George Soros and his wonderful radical left son should be charged with RICO charges because of their support of violent protests. That's a racketeering charge, and much more, all throughout the United States of America. Now, before all the liberals, all 3 of the liberals in my audience of 300,000 people, before the 3 liberals get upset about the RICO charges, just let your mind go back to Fani Willis, who charged Trump and 17 conspirators with RICO charges. It's not unprecedented. You allow these lunatics to rip apart America anymore, never giving it so much as a chance to breathe and be free. Soros and his group of psychopaths have caused great damage to our country. That includes his crazy West Coast friends. Be careful. We're watching you. Thank you for your attention on this matter. I hope we're watching them with the FBI and the CIA, penetrating into their phones and private communications like email without their knowledge, like they did to Trump and his associates, his campaign when they were running for president. Remember, that's what liberals defend and call normal. I'm just saying, let's do some more of that normal. Here's General Mike Flynn with just how deep the corruption is over at George Soros and company. This company, which I had never heard of before, so we're learning about this together. Again, you can tell me in the chat below if you've ever heard of this. Arabella, Arabella. Arabella Advisors and Alex Soros, that's George Soros's billionaire son who's taking over the empire, are one and the same. And Arabella Advisors control billions of U.S. taxpayer dollars. Did you know that? Your taxes are being controlled by Alex Soros, and have for many years. How? This goes into the U.S.A. and the NGO, non-government organizations, and all their hundreds of tentacles that go out into these charities are tax dollars. They go out and perform the Democrat Party's will of destroying patriots, hating the family, promoting gay marriage, promoting a collapse of Western civilization. They hate America. Examine this chart for a few seconds. We will do that, General Mike Flynn, out of respect for you. These are organizations allegedly linked by this group. I'm just going to click on this graphic so you can see all of these company up here on the right is ACLU. This one I want to point out at the top. This is a faith-based organization because the great Megan Basham has done a lot of research on how these leftist NGOs have reached deep into our churches, and it's in the name of humanitarian aid, and they go out and they do Planned Parenthood's up here too. I'm just recognizing some of these logos. There's CARE. We know about CARE, and they hate Israel. They love communism. They hate American patriots. They hate women because they're feminists, but they're deep in the church. They're every environmental movement in America. So thank you, Mike Flynn, for that. And how do you know the Democrats are involved in this? Look, here's Joe Biden giving the Presidential Medal of Freedom to Alex Soros.
The Presidential Medal of Freedom is awarded to George Soros. Born into a Jewish family in Hungary, George Soros escaped Nazi occupation to build a life of freedom for himself and countless others around the world. Educated in England, he settled in America as he became an investor and philanthropist supporting key pillars of open societies, rights and justice.
Okay, enough of that. I'm going to leave the video go, but look, there's Hillary Clinton sitting down there nodding with a big, greasy smile on her face. Yes, Hillary. She approves of this. Put the necklace on him, Joe. I think he's reading a cue. Oh, I'm here. Where am I? Here you go. Take your pictures of the billion. By the way, this billionaire, Alex Soros, there's pictures of him with Barack Obama, Kamala Harris, Nancy Pelosi, every Democrat are getting money laundered through this guy. And Trump has called them out. I hope they prosecute them, get them on RICO charges. It's a massive racketeering effort. This is part of how deep the evil goes. But wait. The universe is healing in more ways than you think. Here's Tom Fitton with a New York Times piece on Bill Gates. Breaking New York Times today reports the Gates Foundation is pulling back hundreds of millions of dollars from notorious Arabella advisors, the Soros-funded thing. And he's pulling back hundreds of millions of dollars. So they're starting to decouple the Gates Foundation from this evil communist octopus. The story discloses what the left media has hidden for many years, that Arabella essentially runs nearly 200 nonprofits as a fiscal sponsor. This is a scheme to hide from Americans that leftist, quote, grassroots organizations are anything but. They're part of a political hydra centrally run by entities such as Arabella. And that might be some form of survival for Bill Gates. Smart move, buddy. Here's Scott Jennings on why the Democrat Party, who promotes Hamas and the death to America folks, are losing. They keep ending up on the 20% side of every issue.
This is the part where I warn the crowd. I'm fixing to slander the Democrats. If you're squeamish, you may want to exit. It's going to get ugly. As we stand here tonight, the Democratic Party is but a puddle. Nationally, and here in South Carolina. Well, nationally, it's a puddle. Here, it already evaporated. I'm sorry to say. I feel bad for some of these Democrats I run into on CNN right now.
I don't feel bad for them.
In a political party that has a 33% approval rating. That might be generous. One poll I saw had about 19%. The party of FDR has become the party of DNR. Do not resuscitate. I'm not a mathematician, but it turns out that when you die on the wrong side of every 80-20 hill in America, you wind up closer to the 20 than the 80 in terms of public opinion. Illegal immigration. Have you ever seen Democrats fight harder than they did for the Maryland man, Abrego Garcia? Crime. Senator Graham said it. Every day.
He just mentioned Senator Lindsey Graham. I know my audience hates Lindsey Graham. I just want to show you Scott Jennings is still a politician and still a Republican, and he quotes Lindsey Graham favorably, and so do I, because regardless of the vessel being corrupt, he can still speak the truth.
Democrat in Congress knows crime is out of control in Washington, D.C. I go there every week. You get off the train and you trip over 2 drug deals and 2 public acts of lewdness before you even get to the taxi stand. So the president decides to do something about it. And look out. The Democrats are awake again. The violent criminals need their support. I've never seen anything like it. The principal constituencies of the Democratic Party are...
Meet my new favorite ED solution that works 5 times faster than pills. Check out Rouget Ready. Just put an ED med.
We need $125, lifters.
Illegal aliens, illegal violent criminals, and the pro-Hamas Death to America protesters who are clogging up the streets and college campuses of America.
You got to remember that's their constituents, and we're part of what we're going to do in this show, in this episode, is we're going to talk about what happened to the Democrat Party. What happened? I'm going to show you these old clips. These are 3 different clips from Barack Obama's career. Listen to him going against illegals, against them working. This is what the Democrat Party used to be, and now this guy couldn't get elected as dog catcher if this was his platform. Listen.
Even as we are a nation of immigrants, we're also a nation of laws. Undocumented workers broke our immigration laws, and I believe that they must be held accountable. We all agree on the need to better secure the border and to
Who's this guy? He's MAGA. I'd vote for him. Who's this guy?
Punish employers who choose to hire illegal immigrants. We are a generous and welcoming people here in the United States, but those who enter the country illegally and those who employ them disrespect the rule of law, and they are showing disregard for those who are following the law.
Even saying we are a generous people, this country is a generous people. What Democrat has even said that in the last 10 years?
We simply cannot allow people to pour into the United States undetected, undocumented,
Amen.
Unchecked, and circumventing the line of people who are waiting patiently, diligently, and lawfully. This is not going to be a free ride. It's not going to be some instant amnesty. What's going to happen is you are going to pay a significant fine. You are going to learn English.
Nope.
How do I send this guy money? How do I vote for this guy? Where did you go? This is like Trump without the yellow hair. Trump in a Rat Pack cool suit and tie.
You are going to go to the back of the line so that you don't get ahead of somebody who was in Mexico City applying legally. But after you've done these things over a certain period of time, you can earn your citizenship.
Earn it. I think what broke these people really was Donald Trump. When Donald Trump started saying this, they said, because they have no values. That is, Barack Obama is only saying this to win. He didn't actually believe it back then. Democrats, they hold on to their values and their principles very loosely compared to power. Power is what they cling to. You can overplay abandoning your principle just to win. We see it even in the Republican Party. Trump has done it, okay? You can abandon certain values. I thought he abandoned unborn life, and I thought he abandoned traditional marriage. He just realized they were so on.
Come on. The video freezes up, man. I hate this.
And all politicians have to do this to win. This is something where you do not get your values put into culture unless you win. So everyone's in battleground states where it's a mix of a bunch of liberals and Republicans or not uninterested voters, they have to say the right thing to win. So I get that's the game, and the game is hard. It's a tightrope walk. No one walked that tightrope. In fact, Trump just threw the rope out and he goes, here I am. How about you all come to my values? And I come to him. I don't agree with him on everything, but man, I am convinced he is the right guy at the right time. That we're about to all get thrown into a meat grinder if someone like Kamala Harris wins. Here's General Flynn on the big picture war, culture war in America that we have to win. The deep state is far worse than we ever thought it was.
I honestly think that if we had a very fair election system put in place, the Democrat Party would lose everywhere. They would lose everywhere because the Democrat Party is dead. It is gone. It has now been usurped or taken over by the Democrat Socialist Party of America, which means Marxism. So Mamdani, as an example, AOC, who's backing him, they are card-carrying members of the Democratic Socialist Party of America, the DSPA. I mean, that's real. It's very real. It's been around since the 60s.
They think it's going to win. Remember, Democrats they realize they can't face Trump on his issues and his ground. So Barack Obama, who was running on learning English, deporting illegal aliens, punishing their illegal work, he had to change his policy because they think it wins. We can't run on the same issues as Trump. Kamala Harris tried it when Trump said, we're going to forgive tips, no tax on tips. Kamala Harris goes, no tax on tips. And so they tried aping him. Same thing with Marco Rubio when he ran against Trump. Marco Rubio saw that Trump's rudeness was slowly getting him to win credibility in the Republican Party. And Marco Rubio, remember, he made it applied to his small, you know what? He tried playing on Trump's ground and also got smashed. So you cannot beat Trump at his own game. So the Democrats, they have to try this hardcore socialist thing to get that power, and they're funded by George and Alex Soros. That's what kind of unites all of this stuff up. They go, we need money, we need deception at the polls, we need deception at the ballot box to win, and we need funding, massive grabs of monetary power to pull off our stupid ideas to get that power. And we need to get Trump in jail.
So Americans don't know this stuff because we think Democrats and Republicans, big government, little government, lower taxes, higher taxes. No, we have completely shifted to a different set of competitive ideologies, one of which is whether or not you love America and you believe in America and you believe in the Constitution. And we can argue and debate about how that should take shape. And another is no Constitution, and we move towards socialism and Marxism. Those are the two ends of the spectrum, and that's where we stand right now in 2025. And Donald J. Trump has 3.5 years left to do as much as he can to really, to destroy or crush the deep state, to get this out of our system of, it's like we have a sickness in our government, because when we say the deep state is made up of a lot of these people. A lot of them. I'm telling you, that here in Washington, D.C., probably 3/4 to, I would say, even closer to 85 to 90% of our government, of our federal government,
inherited a massively corrupt deep state. Hundreds of thousands, perhaps even millions of positions of state workers, the Department of Environmental Protection Agency, Health and Human Services, Center of Disease Control, the IRS. Think of every one of those. They can't fire enough people. They obviously they have to fire more, but you don't want to catch up innocent good people either, good patriots that love America, which they've all said in every one of these agencies. There are good workers there. They're meeting them. They're going, there's great people that really care about their job and don't want to try and politicize the IRS. But it's like separating the wheat and the tares. If you pull out the tares, if you pull out the weeds, you can pull out some healthy part of your crop. Anyways, I'll let him continue. I'm sorry.
And that means, it's not just a few people at the top. It's not just a dozen people. It is damn near the entirety, because of the culture that has been created for the last, 20 years here, right? I mean, Trump's first administration, he did great just doing the things that he did. But look at how much of a beating he took and all the people around him took. So as if he didn't have to take a beating, imagine what this man could do, not just for the United States of America, for the world.
He also Trump needed to take that beating. This is where I see God's providence. Biden needed to win. Trump needed to get within an inch of his life of a bullet hitting his ear. Trump needed 100 realize how bad his first administration was, because he was surrounded. Even his allies were working against him. Like the weakness of Durham, as good as I think he's intended, he's weak. And you're surrounded by weak guys that need to be willing to take that bullet, that need to be willing to cut off the gloves and fight. He got it this time. He turned Marco Rubio from a lisping, weak little boy, little Marco, into a prize fighter. That's the Trump effect. He turned them into he turned a Fox News host, a killer Marine, like J.D. Vance, not a Fox News host, but just a gentle guy, into a fighter. He turned Pete Hegseth, the Fox News host, who's a warrior. He put him back in a warrior's position, guys. And there's some people, I think they're all bots that are going, no arrests will happen. How dare you not understand the lay of the land? Trump is still surrounded by 90% corruption. What do you think is going to happen? He has so much more time. He's only been in office for 7 months. It's going to take years and years to undo 20 years of calcification, 20 years of cancer that's been in America. It's going to take a while, guys. Instead of complaining and saying nothing's going to happen, nothing's going to, very easy to say. Thank you for putting a wet blanket. You could cheer him on instead and say, I'm praying for you. I'm fighting for you. I'm rooting for you. Have courage. I hope you win. How can I help spread your messaging instead of distracting with Epstein?
Look at what he's already done for world peace in various parts of the world. India and Pakistan as an example, right? So, and what he's trying to do in Europe, what he did in the Middle East. So all that said, I want people to understand that this country is not going to just float along and everything's going to be rosy unless we, the people, take a greater responsibility and get involved. Basically, we are citizens in this country. We have a responsibility to be good citizens. And
we, the people, guys, it's time to look inside. What are you doing? And when I say, what are you doing? It's always implied first, what am I doing? Always first as we look inside. So ask yourself, what am I doing? Notice Flynn is not saying Trump has to do more. Trump's already doing. He's buried the needle. He's going as hard and as fast as he can. So's Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, Tulsi Gabbard, over their head with the amount of corruption, surrounded by enemies. And they have to read 30,000 documents. James Comer, Jim Jordan, they only can do so much, guys. We have to do our share of voting, donating money if you can, but votes and going online and advocating verbally is free. Leaving a comment below is free. Even when you guys pump this channel, my message is going out to rebuild and reform the Republican Party to MAGA, to make a clear way for J.D. Vance, to champion Trump's great successes and destroy the Democrat Party and call out all these little secretive things that I didn't even know before and bring them to your attention. Multiplying, the pen is mightier than the sword. Our words and the truth going out is greater than making a fist and punching people. Now, this one's funny. This is about the Democrats picking loser positions. But this is the homeless people in San Diego. Sue San Diego. They say rats and elements.
Okay, Brian, craziest touchdown ever.
Tennessee Titans, Music City Miracle.
Tyson snags it, starts running like he's double pumped. What does it play like?
Diego. Sue San Diego. They say rats and elements make safe sleeping sites unsafe. That's right. Our homeless people are suing San Diego for the streets not being safe enough. City staff said they take any claim of potential violations or unsafe conditions seriously. Oh, I'm sure you do. And that safety and well-being of people served through the safe sleeping program is their top priority. You idiots, you morons. You're turning San Diego, the greatest place in the world, into a hellhole. Here's Kevin O'Leary on how unsafe L.A., New York, and championing Washington, D.C.'s efforts.
We haven't even mentioned war zones like downtown San Francisco after 7 o'clock where I work, or Hollywood or Los Angeles where I work 2 months of the year. They are war zones. You can't walk outside at night, period.
Look at Abby Phillips. Look at Abby Phillips, who complains anytime someone does something about those war zones.
I don't give a damn if it's the Army, the National Guard, the FBI. I couldn't care less, and I can guarantee you 80, 90, 100% of the people there don't care either. They just want to walk outside.
I understand that people do want safety. I mean, there's no question about
safety,
that, right?
You
people
get
want
beaten
safety.
to a pulp
Yeah, people
in broad daylight in LA.
I understand people want safety. No, you don't. No, you don't care. Democrats don't care. You want power. I understand they want safety, and you know what was coming up was a but. But the rights of citizens, the rights of citizens, how about the rights of citizens to not be mugged? Because Democrats, that's all they've done is complain the last couple of weeks about Trump putting National Guard troops in D.C. and they see the threat coming to other cities, they could they could give Trump permission to bring the National Guard into their cities. And by the way, look, here's the National Guard in Washington, D.C. They're picking up trash. These are our warriors with trash bags. Look at this beautiful smile on these guys, taking pride in their country. Remember how Democrats, it used to be in the 70s, ecology is picking up. Clean the environment. Don't litter. Put it in the trash. There's our National Guard having a good time picking up trash. The San Diego homeless are tired of having rats. Maybe if they called the National Guard in there, they could get the trash picked up. I love our warriors. I love these guys. Nothing but respect. I stand up in the room when they walk in because they're not sitting there just going, oh, I'll go on the front lines for you. Oh, look, some people are lines. They live a disciplined, snap-down life. My dad was a military man, not gung-ho, hardcore or anything, but he served in Korea, made his floor, he picked it up. And he taught us, hey, if you walk past that sock, what you're saying is it's someone else's job. You pick up that sock. He would walk past, if there was like cat hair or a clump of hair outside on the sidewalk, he'd pick it up. He was Dutch. Just the most clean. He would white glove my room when I had to vacuum and dust once a week. He came in with a military white glove. Here's a post by Devery Darkins on Raskin's attitude toward crime. He says it's always been here. Just get used to it, people. Lower your standards.
It cuts against the deepest principles of the country. I mean, we were founded in opposition to a standing army, with a fear of a standing army. And the military is not supposed to be used for ordinary law enforcement purposes. In D.C., he was talking about cleaning up the graffiti and, dealing with the blight of homelessness.
Why was it there, Raskin? Why was the graffiti there in the first place? You walked past it. You said it was someone else's job. So the National Guard stepped in and did it. So shut up.
Which are obviously local, not federal issues. And he's trying to militarize our society, intimidate his political opponents. The whole idea of picking cities based on their partisan leadership is absurd.
Yeah, it's either that or he really hates murder of the innocents, Jamie. Did that ever enter your corrupt, rotted melon of a head with fruit flies all over it? It's absurd. It never occurs to them. Maybe he hates trash. Maybe he loves beauty. Maybe he likes people being able to walk in a park without getting assaulted. It never occurs to them. They're trying to normalize crime. But I'll tell you something, guys. They're going to lose this war. This is a war. We're on the 80% side of the issue. They're on the 20% side. I'm going to have Trump set up a little parable for you about Ukraine versus Russia. And it's going to apply to this. Because think about the culture war we're in, and the liberals are going to try to fight a war.
You never know. It's war. With war, you never know, right? War's very tricky, very horrible. But with war, you never know. Things change. People go into war, think they're going to win the war, and then they get their asses kicked, and they lose their country, they lose millions of lives. Nobody goes into a war thinking they're going to lose. They go in. I'm sure that Ukraine thought they were going to win. It's going to be, we're going to win. You're going to beat somebody that's 15 times your size. Biden shouldn't have let that happen.
You're going to try and, the liberals, I'm going to apply this to liberals. He said Ukraine's going to try to beat someone that's 15 times their size. The liberals think they're going to beat you and I, the patriots, and we're 15 times their size. They're going to lose this war, guys. We've got majorities on our side. I'm going to play you this last clip. This is what it's like to debate a liberal.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, how are you? The soldier's saying this thing's going to roll around in their underwear. Oh, you almost wearing a mask. You almost won that argument. Look at, oh, good debate. Liberals, we outnumber them, and truth is on our side. I'm Doug in exile. Subscribe.
Oh boy.
When you see the camera on these glasses, you must want to know what makes it so special. It can record videos anytime, anywhere to capture.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America with some news on First Lady Melania Trump that's going to maybe make you smile. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. It's amazing how just the name Trump can rattle people on the left, isn't it? These whack job liberals, these crazies who just hate this man and his family. Hate them with fire. It's actually crazy to me. Here's a man who's trying to do the best he can for this country, a family who obviously loves this country, and they're just hated. And now there's talk that the new person running Vanity Fair magazine wants First Lady Melania Trump for the cover. You're talking about a former supermodel, somebody who absolutely should have been on. She wasn't on any covers in her first administration. Now finally they're getting around to it, but they put Jill Biden on covers. Are you kidding me? Yeah, she's a real looker. Anyway, with the thought of Melania Trump doing Vanity Fair, the people at Vanity Fair, some of them are threatening to walk out, to quit. It's amazing how Trump breaks their brains. It really, really is. And, you know, I say good. I say you win twice. You get Melania Trump on the cover and you get rid of these wackos from your company. That's 2 wins. You can't beat that. Well, Sean Hannity feels the same way. So does Jimmy Follia, and so do I. So I want you guys to watch this and let me know what you think in the comments.
Other news of the day segment, Vanity Fair's new global editorial director reportedly wants First Lady Melania Trump to be on the cover. Good choice. Now, that has now sparked outrage from employees. According to the New York Post, one editor even said that they'll walk right out the door and bag groceries at Trader Joe's if that happens. You can't make it up. Anyway, joining us now is reaction host of Outkick, the show, and of course Clay and Buck. Our friend Clay Travis is with us. Actually, the exact words were, "I will walk out the mother effing door." I'm like, don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out then.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a blessing, Sean. Vanity Fair probably has too many employees. If you can get them to quit without having to pay severance, it's a huge win. Plus, you get Melania Trump on the cover, and I got a sense that that thing will probably sell pretty well, considering they tried to put Dr. Jill Biden on Vogue 168 times during Joe Biden's presidency. It feels like Melania Trump on the cover of Vanity Fair once, given the fact that she's a supermodel, would make a lot of sense. So I think this is a double win for Vanity Fair.
Yeah, I got to tell you, the vitriol and hatred directed towards our First Lady has been unprecedented, and it's unfortunate. But this does define the Democratic Party. All right, the Department of Homeland Security posted a now viral video of illegal immigrant Kilmar Abrego Garcia getting a...
Lip-tart. How we doing, Lip-tart?
Fun fact, there's a vending machine at the peak of Mount Fuji. It's true. There's like 5 million of them in Japan. And in Tokyo, there's a place called Shibuya. Oh my neon.
Breaking horrific news out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Another Christian church attacked, proving yet again that Christians are the single most persecuted religion on planet Earth. There are thousands of Christian churches that have been attacked across Europe, across Asia, across the Mideast, across America. It is the single most targeted religion, and evil has reared its ugly head in Minneapolis. 20 are expected dead, according to initial reports, in the Annunciation Catholic Church in southern Minneapolis of their kindergarten through 8th grade schooling day. It had just resumed school, and a man dressed in black, according to witnesses, pepper sprayed mass. So the children were praying. They were in the midst of their morning prayers, and they were attacked. A man with a semi-automatic rifle shot through the stained glass windows, according to one witness who was there in the back of the church at the time, and killed multiple children. According to first responders on the scene, they've called in a mass casualty event. The shooter has been terminated. It is not an active scene. We do not know who the shooter is yet or what their motivation could be, but obvious what the motivation is. Pure and complete demonic possession of someone who wished to target Christian children. Now, we've seen this again and again and again. We're going to get into more details on the trend, which is probably the most horrifying thing about all of this, which is that they're targeting Christian children. They're coming after Christian children for a reason. They want to destroy the West, and they want those who fear God to be fearful of them. And it won't work. But ladies and gentlemen, now is the time to have your head on a swivel. The president has been briefed on this, Donald Trump saying that he has deployed the full force of the federal government to investigate this. Kash Patel and Dan Bongino saying that the FBI is on the scene of the crime, the church surrounded by officers, and some of the images are horrible. The images of the parents weeping here, the images of parents being consoled by their parents. I don't know who these individuals are. All of this is breaking news. All of this is happening right now. Pray. Pray for these families. Pray for Christian kids who are in schools. Now, reminder that not too far away from here, in Michigan, there was a failed attempt at the exact same thing just 1 month ago, when a Christian Bible school, a vacation Bible school as it's called, with a bunch of little children in it, was attacked by a mad gunman who, praise God, got put down at the door by the security guard who said Christian children are under attack. This individual was put down, was run over actually by a truck, and then shot by the security guard, one of the deacons at the church. And so they were doing the same thing. Semi-automatic rifle looking to target Christian children. Local authorities are saying that they're been brought to the hospital. Local city council members are saying that the scene is now completely closed. Parents have gone in to get their children, and that the gunman again is down. So the gunman not active. This is a horrific trend, and I'm not sure what needs to be done here, but there are multiple schools where I live where there are police cars parked outside of the school, and there's a police presence outside of the school. This, of course, if you want to harken back just a couple of years ago, and I'm sure that I'm missing other instances of this, but the Christian school shooting in Nashville, that was all caught on camera. It was a horrific event where a absolutely diseased and clearly possessed transgender former student of the school went through and shot up that school as well, killing other students. How long are we going to allow this to happen? How long are we going to let our children be sitting ducks? It's tough as a parent to see this. I don't know what's next, but I do know what we will be covering here on this channel, which is the focus on how to fix it, the focus on what must come next. If there is, and we're not a big proponent of victim groups or anything like that on this channel, but if there is a threat to a true victim group, it is the victim group of organized Christian children who are celebrating, schooling, or worshiping, and you've seen it now across the nation. The number of Christian churches with children in them engaging in schooling activities that have been attacked is now at a level that it's organized terrorism. So we'll look for what's next. Who was the shooter? What was their motivation? Reminder that we still don't have the manifesto of the Nashville shooter. And calling out evil. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the most up-to-date report on this. Pray for these students. pray for these Christian children in Minneapolis and their families. Pray for safety.
When you've got smoke-free satisfaction, you've got the freedom to do things your way.
Students, pray for these Christian children in Minneapolis and their families. Pray for safety.
I just want to give folks at home a quick update from, it looks like the Richfield, Minnesota police is now reporting possible 20 victims, which is just catastrophic amount of people. And potentially children included in this victims list. Again, 20 victims being reported by the City of Richfield Police Department there at Annunciation Church. Let's bring in now Bill Malugin, who's going to join me now in this breaking news coverage. Just heartbreaking scene here as we're watching these parents, Bill, come out. And like I said earlier, these are the lucky souls that are able to hold onto their kids and reunite with those kids. We're seeing a young girl right there just crying. And it's hard to think what these kids are going through right now.
Yeah, unimaginable. Aisha, good to be with you. Excuse me. Horrible situation. You were just talking about that update from the Richfield Police Department. That's matching up with what I'm hearing now. Since I got off air about 10 minutes ago, I was shooting out some texts, and again, what I'm being told is a significant amount of victims. Richfield Police confirming that officers on scene are reporting 20 victims. There's been some questions about what does it mean with the shooter being, quote, contained. I'm told by a federal law enforcement source that the shooter is, quote, down. I don't know if that means he's dead or if he's arrested and in custody, but I'm being told the shooter is down. If we go a little bit deeper into that post from the Richfield Police Department, on top of saying that officers reported 20 victims, they're saying that the shooter was a man dressed in all black, armed with a rifle. That was reported at the scene. And again, this has been called out as a mass casualty response for EMS. So Aisha, we know how it is with these unfortunate shootings. A lot of the initial numbers are going to be wrong when they come out, so we're avoiding those numbers. But we do have it from Richfield Police that officers on scene initially reported 20 victims. Now, we don't know what they mean by victims in terms of injuries or any potential fatalities here. We're going to wait to hear on that. But Paul, you and I were just talking about this moments ago. We're now hearing a number from police that this shooting is shaping up to be, unfortunately, as bad as we were hearing about an hour ago.
Yeah. Welcome to Doug in Exile.
All right, this is going to be a little short live stream today. So, like I was saying, if y'all want me to go to Chicago to do the live interview, we need to raise the money. If we don't get the money, then we don't go. We will just have to cancel it. We will go. And no, I know the Littard says, oh, $40, I can take the train. No, I'm not taking a train. It takes more than $40 to take a train to Chicago back from where I live at, kiddo. It costs more than $40. Everything is free to you all. But you know, everybody here can be hitting the like button, share it out. Live stream. We're gonna be ending here right now, actually. So on that note, there, you all can enjoy your night because I got things I can go do, and I got time to sit babysit freaking Littard all night. So God bless y'all. Adios.